Hey everybody, hello. Welcome back to the channel Pensando Inglés, where my name is Kyle, where I bring you guys real English that you can use to improve your listening and eventually your speaking in my native language of English. Today guys, we're gonna keep on going with the mission. We're doing part 4 of expressions in English that you need to know, okay? I think these videos are so useful, very helpful for when you guys start to have conversations with native speakers. I wanted to share something funny with you guys. I've been speaking Spanish for years now, about 4 years I believe. And I just want to show you guys that I get lost sometimes in Spanish too. Sometimes a native Spanish speaker will say something that I've never heard before, and I'm like, what? An example, the other day, my wife's cousin, sent her a message. They were talking about her 2 little nieces, sobrinas. They were at an event and they dressed very nice, okay? So her cousin was trying to say that both of them looked beautiful. So how did she say it? She said, ella andaba mejor dicho, y su hermana ni se diga. Okay, maybe to you guys, that sounds completely normal and makes perfect sense. But to me, I was like, what on earth does that mean? I had no idea what that meant. I had no idea what she was talking about. Ella andaba mejor dicho, y la otra ni se diga. What? Guys, I was lost. Anyway, that's just a little story to show you guys that it happens to everybody. If you're not a native speaker, every now and then a native speaker will say something that you haven't heard before. But that's why I'm making these videos, so you will be more prepared and the chances of you getting caught off guard will be smaller, okay? So here we go. First, to have a screw loose. Do you know what a screw is? In order to show you guys what a screw is, I found this toy of my son's. This little thing here that you do this with, that is a screw, okay? And to have a screw loose means that somebody is crazy or weird or something about them is not quite right, okay? Because it's like if a machine was missing one of these screws, it might not work right? It might function incorrectly, sound weird, look weird, do wrong things, okay? To have a screw loose means that it's not quite right, all right? An example. Hey, have you met that Kyle guy from the channel Pensando Inglés? Yeah, I met him. He's a little weird. I think he has a screw loose, okay? Have you guys heard that one yet? Tell me down below. Next. This is a good one too. You might hear this when people are talking about somebody who's not very smart, okay? The lights are on, but nobody is home. This is when you're talking about somebody who is not very smart. They're mentally absent or clueless. Naive is a French word to explain that. We use the word naive a lot. But it's somebody who is easy to trick, okay? They believe everything they hear. The light is on, but nobody's home. Which means they have a brain and it works, but they still don't understand everything, okay? This one, maybe you won't hear it very often, but unless you've heard it before and somebody says it, you're gonna be like, what on earth does that mean? It means that somebody is inside. The light is on, okay? Like in a house, the light is on, but nobody's home. There's nobody in there listening, okay? It's somebody is tonto, bobo, okay? You guys understand. The light is on, but nobody's home. They're here, but maybe you better speak a little bit slower when you're talking to them. You get it, guys? Get what I'm trying to say here? Okay, let me see what else we've got here, guys. All right, this is a good one. Until the cows come home. Until the cows come home. So this means to do something for a very long time. Okay, because cows are slow and they wander off, and it takes a while for them to come back inside to the farm when they've been out in the field, okay? So, how could you explain this one? Until the cows come home. You could say this in a way like you're not in a rush for something. Like someone's like, oh, do you have time to get lunch with me? And if you're not in a rush, you could say, oh, we could go eat until the cows come home. It means a long time, okay? It means to do something for a long time. Or to take a long time doing something. Now this one, guys, maybe you hear this more often down in the south of the United States. I've only heard this in movies, okay? I have heard it in a lot of movies, okay? One time I heard it in a movie when a guy was playing with little kids. He was at a hospital doing charity work, and he picked one of the cute little kids up and he said, I'm not gonna put you down until the cows come home, which means he wants to play with her and he's in no rush, okay? Because cows are slow. They want to stop and eat. They want to keep going slowly, okay? So it means to do something very slowly or to not be in a rush. All right, guys. We have when pigs fly. When pigs fly is used to describe something that will never happen, okay? Because obviously you could picture pigs flying around, and do you guys think pigs fly? No. So for example, my son is 9 years old. If he comes to me and says, Dad, can I get a tattoo? Can I get a tattoo? If I want to be funny and still say no, I'll say, yeah, sure, son. When pigs fly, you can get a tattoo. So that means not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Tell me, guys, have you heard that one? Have you heard that one before? Because I'm trying to stump you guys, to beat you guys, to catch you guys off guard. Hey, Jesus, you've been doing a really good job. I think the score was 2-1 on the last video, so you've been beating me. I'm hoping that I'm gonna win on this video. So tell me down in the comments. When pigs fly means not gonna happen, okay? Hey, Kyle, do you think you're gonna quit making these videos? Yeah, I'll quit when pigs fly. All right, I ain't quitting. I don't quit. All right, guys. Now this one, I'm sure some of you guys have heard, but some of you have not. And it's a good one that a lot of people use often. So I want to explain it to you. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So this means you can't have two incompatible things, okay? You can't have a wonderful marriage and also go out on dates with a bunch of other people, okay? It's hard to be a family man or a mother of 3 children, but also travel the world by yourself, okay? Those would be having your cake and eating it too. So having your cake would be to have a beautiful wife or a wonderful husband, and eating it too would mean to also be seeing other women, seeing other men, doing the things that single people do, okay? What that means is you need to be content with just having your cake and not eating it too, okay? So, an example, if I'm hanging out with a friend of mine, if I'm spending time with a friend of mine who's married, but he's like, dude, you know what? I've been thinking about other women lately. I really wish I was single so I could go on these apps on my phone and go hook up with other girls. I'd be like, dude, stop talking like that. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You have a beautiful family at home. Quit complaining. Go home to your lovely family. This is what you tell people when they're saying they want something, but they also want something that doesn't go with it, okay? You can't have your cake and eat it too. I hope I'm explaining these well for you guys. So these are some of the, I think that was 4 or 5 more common expressions in English, okay? And as I said, when you're hanging out with a group of native people, the chances of coming across one of these things is a lot more, okay? And if you understand these, you know what they mean, you'll be able to understand TV shows. You'll be able to read better when you're reading books, when you're reading things online. Very important, guys. Can't tell you how many times I've been having a conversation with a Spanish speaker and things like this have come up. But I was prepared for them because I've watched so much input, watched so many shows in Spanish, read so many books. So that's what I'm trying to do with this video. Prepare you guys for your conversations in the future or maybe in the present with native English speakers. Hope it was useful for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed sharing some of these with you. So it was fun for me as well. Como siempre, mis amigos queridos, muchísimas gracias por ver. Nos vemos pronto.